Welcome back to my channel everyone. Today I'm going to do a full review on all the epic and legendary demon soldiers present in global server for now. So let's get into it. Before that, don't forget to do this new function unlocked in guild every day, which you just have to donate some material and you can have back some guild coins and guild XP. This will help you guild to grow faster. Okay, now let's get into our topic. In this video I don't talk about rare demon soldiers because they can't do much when you meet a tough opponent. But we have some really good epic and legendary demon soldiers we can use to crush many opponents with correct lineup. You need to be aware of their armor type before you use them against others, because some type of heroes have advantage over some demon soldiers. You can see here which type heroes counter which type armor. Okay, first demon soldier we gonna talk about is Knight of Destruction. You can get one copy of him free and you finish Guild War training final stage. He has common armor and he's pretty tanky and also do solid damage. You can basically use him as a tanky fighter. Next is Bookkeeper. He's a AoE mage, do massive AoE damage to target and surrounding units. His damage is pretty decent and use him whenever you see any enemy placement that keep many enemies placed close to each other. Next is our legendary air unit, the Lightning Guard. He's not that pretty impressive in damage, but you can use him to sneak around from when there are only 1 or 2 units that do damage to air units. But remember, he has light armor, so using him against piercing units will make him more vulnerable. Okay, next is the one who annihilated the meta before nerf, the Soulbone Archer. Even though he got a nerf, he can do solid damage and he has a good range, so whenever you see any enemy squishy platforms hero in front of their tanks or fighters, use this archer to kill them before you place other units. Next, this newly added air unit. This one doesn't have good amount of health, so even mages can take down them easily. You can use them same like lightning guards, but you need to place them carefully with a cover so they can pass through enemies safely. Okay, this is another newly added unit, the Necromancer. I'm pretty sure he's going to be in the meta for a long time unless he get a nerf. He is basically summoning 2 undead units every 20 seconds, and because that you can easily overwhelm enemies using these summoners together with fighters or tanks. This axe slaughters are basically the best demon soldier currently in the game. They can do massive amount of damage and even take down the tanks who's in their way. First deploying tanks or legendary fighters to take damage and then deploy axe slaughters to do damage is a most commonly used combo in Guild War attacks. This epic fighter has low health and low damage, so he's not that impressive from my experience like other epic demon soldiers I talked about earlier. If you are missing an epic fighter and doesn't have any other one, you can just use him. Next, this suicide demon soldiers. They are not that impressive when they are up against tanks, but when you see enemy lineups stick together, you can use him to do massive damage at a time, but you can easily replace them with bookkeepers who do the job better. Okay, this Scourge has a circular area that do damage to the surrounding enemies. They are also can be used against enemy teams that place heroes together to get better use out of them. Now we have this group of octopus who just can be used to overwhelm enemies, but they have low health and low damage, only use for them just to overwhelm the enemy's defense lineup. Next, the one and only healers in demon soldiers, Scalekin Shaman. They are pretty good when you need to keep your tanks and fighters alive longer, but don't use them when enemies has heroes who do high single target or burst damage. Otherwise you just wasting your energy. Next we have an epic version of bookkeepers who do magic damage to enemies. They are not that impressive, but you can use them when you don't have bookkeepers in your hand. This is a tank demon soldier who has massive amount of health that can use to tank the damage. But remember, they have heavy armor, so when you're faced against mage heroes they take more damage. Next is one of my favorite units, Ghoulhound. They are like the fastest demon soldier that exists for now, and they have decent amount of damage output. I used them after I used my fighters and tank to block the enemy's attack to overwhelm the enemies and deploy them to attack the back rows. Next is Uncommon Destroyers, which is a melee unit who do massive amount of AoE damage. They are like the melee version of Bookkeepers. They have high defense and high attack, but they has heavy armor, so they are vulnerable against magic damage dealing heroes. This one also a newly added unit which can be used to do massive amounts of damage to tanks. They have low health, so you need to be careful with their placement. This last tank demon soldier has high resistance to magic damage, so you can use him to tank damage from magic damage dealers, so your other unit can be safer. So last to gonna be two demon captains present here in the game for now. They both has high stats and they are really good, but they can only deployed for limited number of times, so you need to be careful when you use them. So that's it for this video. I hope this video helped you. Finally, thank you for watching. And please like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.